So what do we have today on the workbench? Today we have a Crosman Arms single shot air rifle, 22 caliber. To the best of what I can figure out on the interweb, this is a model 101, and having the crinkle finish paint puts it as a vintage 1949 or 1950. It has an elm wood stock and a front grip here. It's a pumper. It's 22 caliber, single shot, and it just recently came into my shop. This was an inheritance, and it doesn't currently work. The pump part works. It'll create pressure, but it won't hold it. Here. So I know how to take these things apart. It's really pretty simple, but this is pretty cool. 1949, 1950 was when they made this model with the crinkle finish. Still has some kind of brass type. Anyway, it works. Everything works really well on it. It's got a rear peep sight. Yeah, it's neat. It's neat. So I'm going to show you how to take this thing apart, and let's take a look at it and see if I have some seals. I don't know if seals are available for this. Honestly, I haven't even looked, but I've got quite a collection of air rifle seals and various sizes and whatnot. So I'm going to see if I can get this thing to create and hold pressure. And we'll pop a pellet in there, 22 cal, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into. Now, the only tools that are needed would be a standard screwdriver and then two special service tools that I made myself. These are spanner type, dual pin spanner type wrenches that I made out of pipe. And I'm sure you can buy these if you are an air rifle gunsmith, but I am not. I make these. I make the tools specific for the weapons that I'm working on. In this case, it's Crosman Model 101. So enough talking, and I'm going to insert some music here while I do the deconstruction of this firearm. I'm not getting into this part of it. I'm only going to get into the breech part of it where the air is stored, because it seems like it's creating plenty of air. I put a couple drops of gun oil in there, and it's making air. So, yeah, hang tight. We'll be right back with you. Okay, so that's as easy as it gets when it comes to the deinstallation. If you look over here at our parts list, here we have it in its live exploded view. You do have to pull the trigger guard and the trigger spring out. Well, you don't have to, but it makes it easier because then it's not hanging up on this little doodad right here. This doodad has a spring in it. Yeah. So the seals that I suspect are bad, there's actually quite a bit of oil in here. It smells like motor oil probably, but that's probably a little bit heavy for this. So we're going to clean all this up. The seals that I suspect are bad, there is a neoprene O-ring right here, which seals. This is what comes in when the pump first hits it. It beds against this piece, which is held with a spring. And as you create pressure from the pumping action, it pushes this back slightly to add more air to the mix. So we're getting bleed back from somewhere. So it's likely either that one, or it's going to be this O-ring right here. This one looks like it's got quite a ridge in it. I suspect it's this one, quite honestly. And then this seals against the face of it here, right? This all goes like this. This spring holds it shut. So the air is captured in between this O-ring and this O-ring. That's where it's stored inside of this receiver. And when you pull this, this is heavy, right? This is a few ounces. When you pull this thing back, the trigger releases it, and this hammer comes and it hits this part here, hits this nub, and you get, that's when you get the air that comes out through here, right, through this top hole. And that top hole, well, if I pulled that screw out, you'd be able to see it, but that's what charges the barrel. This screw here, you'd be able to see it, but that's what charges the barrel. And I'm just looking at the mating surfaces here. See, this one seems really in pretty good shape. This big flat washer here seems pretty good. Looks like a washer you would put. I'm going to do an old plumber's trick, and I'm going to flip this one. Oh, yeah, see, it's got a little chip out of there, and it does have a pretty good worn ring right there. I wonder if I can get this out without damaging it. Probably not. I'll probably screw it up. Let me see here. Actually, let me put that one back for right now. I bet all these are super brittle. This rifle's obviously been taken apart before. There's some marks on the screws, which to me would indicate that somebody's greasy little hands have been in here before. But see if I can do this without stabbing my finger, and at least if I stab my finger, I got it on video, right? I keep hitting the camera with my... Yeah, that's actually pretty worn. I don't know how well you can see that. This one's pretty worn. This thing's been shot quite a bit, actually. But I'm going to go for the easy gaskets first. I can pull this one out. I know I have this one in stock. I should be able to pull this one out. I'm pretty damn certain I have. This should unscrew. It's dissimilar metals, right? So I can't tell if that's a flat washer or if that's an O-ring. I'm going to mess with it. We'll bring you back in just a minute. This can't be that interesting. I don't know, maybe it is. Yeah, I suspect that's leaking right there, actually. Doesn't seem to be bedding it down quite well. And it needs to be cleaned. Boy, it's a little gritty. Do you hear it? That's what the good old Q-tips are for. I can do this without poking. Come on. Ooh, there we go. It's still pliable. I could do the old cheater trick and just flip this upside down and see if the backside will mate it better. But I'm pretty sure I have one of those in inventory. And I want to be able to figure out how to get this one out. This one's got some interesting... Let me see something here. Unscrew. It's got a lot of debris in it, good grief. And it's a flat washer. It almost looks like a plumbing washer. Oh, don't. Let's not totally fudge that up, would you? Come on. Oh, you guys are going to get it. I'm going to get it on camera with me. There it goes. Poking in my finger. Come on, buddy. Oh, look at that backside is pretty. This one's really seriously worn on this side. So I don't know that I have one of these in stock, but here's what we're going to try just to see if we can get air. I'm going to flip it over. I could probably go on the interweb and find a rebuild kit for these. But you see, now I got a nice perfect surface. I'm going to screw that back in. I'm going to try that with the other piece. Where's my wrench? Alright. bit. That's for this one. Let's see if we can get this one out now without damage. If I can get this one without damage, I could just flip this one too, but that one's really thin. Okay, my ADD's kicking in. Stick to one thing there, buddy. Not even come out. I don't see that one moving. I felt pretty good about that piece. This one's bumming me out a little bit. Let me see something here. I'll be right back. Let me look for this. Let me look for that seal there. I popped that gasket out, I guess, whatever you want to call it. It's really firm. I don't think it's supposed to be that hard. So I'm going to put this in here. And what I did was I cut another piece. This is an old chunk of hard rubber I got hanging around. You can just cut its own. See how it gets in there. And I'm going to come in and slice it this way, and it should be good. And then we'll try. We'll put it together and see what happens. Yeah. I think this rubber compound might be a little bit too soft. However, we're going to give it a whirl. See where it ends up. Now you do have to make sure that you line the air hole. This is the release air hole. It has to be lined up with this. That's why they give you this peep sight. So when you get it in there, you need to drop something. I dropped a nail. Hopefully one that's not so funky and dirty. And that will keep it. Where's the thing? Oh, it's on there. I don't actually have to reassemble absolutely everything. At this point, I should be able to at least test. I don't need the trigger, I don't need the hammer. I just need to see if this piston is going to retain air. So let me give it a pump. Uh-oh. What was that, 4 pumps? I didn't even pay attention. Tag on it. Let's see. I need to tap it with something. Let's tap it with this. That was it. We're good. Here we go. Ready? And go. It holds air. Some bitch. Let me put 2 drops of oil here. Well, that actually pressures up pretty quickly.
Spring. My friends, as well as screws, push it up. Alright. 3 drops of oil down there. For the sake of not having spare parts.
Let's see. Did you guys ever shoot Q-tips as kids? We used to load our pellet guns with Q-tips and we shoot each other with them. It's a surprise we even have eyeballs. Let's see. Try that again. Huh. Well, at least I know it works. So now I'm actually going to check and see if there's a real... Ah, frick. That was weak. Ooh. Yeah, that's probably not responsible. Alright, there we are. 1950s, 49 or 1950 Crosman Arms Company. 22 caliber, made in the United States. Multi-pump or variable pump air rifle. Set that one down for a minute. See what I can see. Alright, gotta go, gotta run. See ya!